Good morning, Fraser. Hope you're having a good day today, bud. Yeah, beautiful day out here. Wind is very, very low. Not sure what that means. I'm hoping I know what that means, but I'm not sure. It depends on, whether we can, whether we have this all day or not.
Don't say that.
Oh, we love her very much. Don't we love you? Don't we love you? Yes, we do. Are you a good girl? Are you? You're a great girl. Yeah. Anyway, yes, we've got Constance this morning, so excuse me. Still a little bit of a cough, but nothing serious now. I'm feeling like 98%, but I know this cough can linger for a very long time with guys that have had this cold. So yeah, let's. I know I got to run up to Valley building and grab a toilet from up there for CE. So I'm going to do that now. But other than that, I'm going to have breakfast and yeah, we'll figure out what the day holds, man. If it holds fishing, great. Great. Fantastic. Tomorrow should absolutely hold fishing because Chas wants to get out really, really bad and tomorrow is like zero wind, so should be good. But today, might have fishing. We'll see. Let's get the day started. All right, dude. A little later in the day than what I had planned, but sorry, rock star. But we are loading up the boat to go fishing. So we are here. No fishing. We're going anyway.
He wasn't mad at me. He was just annoyed with life, I guess. Couldn't turn properly and his boat was making a weird sound.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going down. We are looking to try and go down to the bottom, and we're going to drag, like not drag, but as close to the bottom as possible, and we're looking for Ling and we're looking for Halibut. We got plug on.
Imagine if the camera goes by halibut and it doesn't bite. That'd be sad.
That would be sad. Battery died for a minute there, so I'm not sure what you got, what you didn't get.
Darn, you missed my little monologue.
Dad?
You can't force me to reenact it.
So I'm presuming you got a lot of stuff. I don't know what you do and what you don't have, but nonetheless, I got I got a white plug out on this side, and I got a I'm gonna call it an anchovy style plug out on this side with a bit of blue. We had some difficulties there. We had the one line that I didn't run properly through the eyelets. On this side, that's all fixed. I had a barb on that one, which is fine. It's not a big deal because we're fishing for Hallie and Ling, but if we caught a spring, if we caught any salmon, and I had to let it go, and it got damaged because of the barb hook, I would feel horrible. I want to make sure that they're able to be caught at a later date. So I pulled that one in, and I pulled took the barb off. So I pulled that one in, and so we are now barbless completely. Fishing plugs, we're a little bit light right now. We're just turning around. And then we're going to head back into the, so we're basically just bouncing along the bottom kind of thing, right? Wow, and it's warm out here. Start bringing the chapstick again.
Just put this stuff on your lips.
And so there is no flashers on there. They are naked plugs, but they have the cameras on each side. So we'll see how that works. I'm quite excited to see if anything even looks at it. Even if we don't catch a fish today, if we have something that looks at it, that would be cool. Something that swims by and goes, "I'm not biting that. It doesn't even look realistic. What is that?" So then I'd be okay with that. So they're both out around the same depth. Again, because I don't know the true depth that the one camera will allow the new one, the AccuView. Let's see what the depth rate says, actually. We're staying a little bit light.
It's still hot out here.
It's very hot out here. I would show you how hot it is by doing this, but you know, I mean, that doesn't matter what temperature is that happens. So you know, it's just, yeah.
Who's in my way?
Oh, sorry.
I like it better on New Year's Day. Free and clear. Although, can you imagine how hot it would be right now if we didn't have this thing on? It'd be pretty stinking hot.
Yeah, it'd be nasty.
Could you imagine? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just having a moment.
Big currents,
Not doing anything. Yeah, it might just be the current.
but it's also it's not a regular, you know, run. It'll, because this one's doing the same kind of thing, right? Where it's
Okay.
that's why I was watching this one for a little bit.
Unless they caught each other and they're just like
Possible, but it's unlikely.
taking pictures of each other.
Well, even if we saw that, that'd be kind of cool, right? So
But I don't think it would
just wanted to give it a shot, you know.
be. Sure. Sure. How far did you drop it down?
One's down 150, one's down 160, so that's kind of a good sign to know where we're at as far as depth. Yeah, that's like 40 foot difference, right?
Oh, more bottom. Could be a fish. Ah, it was bottom.
Okay. What happened? I didn't see it.
It went. Maybe it grabbed onto the anchor rope thing. The don't anchor rope chain, whatever is down there.
Well, there's jelly on it.
Uh-oh, this is fun. He got a jelly.
No, not the jelly on it. There's
Oh.
jelly on the line.
Oh, it was a jelly. You don't want to touch jellies.
So far we've hit 117, 118. Trying to stay around 126 feet, but we've got 150 and 160 feet line out on the riggers. So, but we're going faster than normal. Normally we go about 2.5, but I'm going to slow us down just a hair.
Wouldn't it be funny if you could see the camera bouncing off fish's bodies? Wouldn't it be funny if you could see the camera bouncing off fish's bodies?
more control to take us to that spot. I'm going to turn the camera off so that I can have a pee break.
There is a quill.
There we go.
Rick forgot to turn the camera back on, so epic fail.
Epic fail.
Hey, buddy.
He's not big. He's not huge, right?
Not edible. That'd be a pain in the butt. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's still rolling. Talk loud.
I know.
Not bad. The first fish to the boat was not a flounder.
Was not a flounder. And it hit pretty good, and it grabbed it first, right? Like I didn't even expect it because the bail was still flipped. Once they're done. Perfect. That should be good. All right, let's try that again. That was kind of fun. And the quilly is gone.
Ooh, I forgot to tell Tim that the dog thing. Oh well. They'll get a bonus dinner. Thanks of it. Maybe they'll be able to trick the salmon to give it a dinner too.
Maybe.
Okay. Holy, there's a whole bunch of little fish jumping way over there. Oh, I still got it. Good morning. Flounder. Can you say flounder, kids? Lost him.
What is it?
I lost him about 20 feet down. It felt really small too. Big enough that it was making my line go through the other lane, but not enough to deal with the real fish.
Yeah, cool.
You did catch one.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hey, where's Stanley?
He's in a box, I think.
Oh, we left Stanley in a box. Pardon us. I will try and free him.
I've heard of elf on a shelf. This is Stanley in a box.
Doesn't rhyme. And look, 2 seconds later and I forgot how to open the box again. There he is. Stanley's here to fish. Should we let him, you know? No, I guess he can't perch there. Perch here. Don't blow away in the wind, Stanley. Is that unsafe for Stanley?
I don't know where Stanley is.
Right there.
Yeah, he's fine.
The big gust comes. Stanley's poop.
I don't think a big gust is coming today.
In my eye. In the log. Could have been a mirage. Yeah! He's got another fish and I'm getting stumped.
It's flounder.
Oh, flounder.
It's a flounder. Really,
Wow.
they're kind of a distant cousin to the halibut, right? So, you know, technically, kind of, sort of, you know, no? Sort of?
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe not.
That's one to the boat. You know the rules, guys. And if you don't know the rules, you weren't listening last time, so pay attention. What?
I know, I'm not saying like right now.
Literally let
I'm
my
not
line
saying right now,
down.
but after you bring it up
Did you
this
see
time.
that? I just cast. Ow. Did you guys just see that?
What?
He's literally sitting on Stanley.
Oops.
He's a little more flat now.
I do like the fact that I have a very short leader on this thing. Like this is like 2.5 feet, almost 3 feet. And I still caught 2 fish on it, so happy with that. You should have the rope ready.
Hey Fraser, hope you had a good day, bud. I apologize if I seem excited because, wow. I was glad to get out on the water. It was flatter than what I anticipated. The wind was supposed to be up around 10, which is just before it starts getting white caps. And it's hard to jig at that point because you're going to get pushed here and there. So that's why we went with the plugs and you know, basically just trolled them as close to the bottom as possible, because I've caught lots of ling doing that, and we've caught the one Hallie out front, the one halibut doing that. So I thought, let's give it a shot. What can go wrong? And I had no idea. And I was using the cameras, right? So I run the braided line directly to the quick release, and then to the camera, and then 25-pound test leader to either the plug or later the lure, whatever the lure thing is, you know, the macfish. I had no idea what to expect. I was hoping this exceeded what I hoped for, like crazy. The fact that we had 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4 salmon show up on video is insane. Like, it was just, it's mind-blowing to me. So, again, yeah. And then when we were jigging, the Go Fish Cam, its life expectancy is, for battery life expectancy is not that great. So there's not a lot, there's nothing on there for jigging, just the trolling. And then at one point, I think when I lowered it down or something, I don't know what I did, but anyway, somehow I lost the lure. I didn't lose the lure, but I lost the lure on camera. So we've only got a little bit of film. This is the 1960s. We've only got a little bit of recording on the Go Fish, half hour kind of thing, maybe, if that, 20 minutes kind of thing. But it worked well. The light on it worked well, I think. So I liked that. But if you notice, because I'll put a couple of the clips of everything, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe, 7 clips from the strike view, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe on the go fish. But on the first clip on the go fish that I think I'm going to put on there, you can see a fish starting to come. And then it's funny because you can't see from the boat, but when you start to see that fish on the camera, suddenly the lure goes and then starts to move. Well, because I thought that would be an excellent time to bring up the lure at that point and check it. And to be fair, seeing what I see now, I think that was probably a salmon, and I was bringing up the plug to clip the barb, because even though we were not going for salmon, and it's totally legal to have barbs on when you're fishing for ling and for halibut, if I was to catch a salmon, which I didn't think would be down that far anyway, then they'll be easy to release, and there won't be any damage. So, but yeah, it was like I almost cried when I saw that, because that was the first clip that I saw of all the recordings, and it was like, no, what if that was the only fish? Well, clearly that wasn't the only fish. We got some great video, especially on the strike view camera. I'm really happy with the strike view camera. I know that it's a little grainier than the go fish, but the battery lasts for like 4 hours. It just works well. When we went down in, I got what was it, 1, 2, yeah, at least 2, maybe 3 salmon on that one that I just totally didn't expect. Even while jigging, right? Oh yeah, that's right. It was on the strike view. So we had two salmon come while I was trolling the plug. None of them bit, which is fine. I don't care. The fact that we could see them is great. We had one show up while we were jigging, and it was just like, it came out of nowhere. It was like a bullet, but it was a big bullet. And it was like boom, and came right through. And it scared me when I was watching. I was like, whoa, what's that? So excited. I can still see I got a little bit of the stuffy. Yeah, the amount of fish that were down there on the bottom when we were jigging is ridiculous. You know, jig, 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 jig. There's no fish down there. Well, no, it's not that there's no fish down there. There's a ton of fish down there, and they're all looking at the lure, and a bunch of them are going towards the lure, but I'm not able to get them to bite. So I've got to figure out how to do that. And that was the whole purpose of the cameras anyway, and of course to show you, but how do I get them to bite? So that's my goal now, is to try and figure that out, figure out a decent lure. I think I've got a couple ideas in mind that Ali really came up with, and yeah, so we'll check that out. So I'm not going to talk long because I don't know how much video I can get on there today, but I want to get a bunch, so I'm not going to talk long. That was long enough. Oh, and we got 1 rock cod to the boat, so I did my quilly dance. So cool. Yeah, and I am going to post both the strike view and the go fish separately, so that if people want to watch those, they can watch those and see those, because that's uber cool in my opinion. We are in Romans 12, starting in verse 9. Love must be sincere. It must. I like that. Love must be sincere. If love is not sincere, it's not love at all, right? So, hate what is evil, cling to what is good, be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer, share with the Lord's people who are in need, and practice hospitality. Honor one another above yourselves. Be devoted to one another in love. Yeah, I really feel, Daniela, that's for you. That's what you're doing right now. I mean, I know Fraser's your spouse, your husband. whatever title people want to give that, partner, that's what you're doing with Fraser right now. You are absolutely devoted to him, to take care of him. You're putting him above you. That's exactly what your spouse is supposed to do. I'm not saying the wife to the husband. I'm saying both ways. You know, and that's the whole purpose of the union, right? Is that when one man, if a person is alone and falls, the Bible says he has no one to help him up. But in a marriage situation, when one is unable to put the other person above because they need the help, that's what the partner is for, is to help them up, right? And then, whether that person can anymore, like Fraser, I know that you can't. It's really hard for you, incredibly difficult probably, to, help Daniela in that way. But I'm sure at one point during your relationship you did, that you were helping her, that you were supporting her, physically, mentally, emotionally. So it's a give and take. This little section, they give little titles for the section. Wasn't written in the Bible, but the people that wrote this particular version have little titles above, and this is called Love in Action. That's what I see in your guys' situation right now is love in action, right? Daniela, you quit your job to stay home full time with Fraser to take care of him. And Fraser, I know it's really hard on you. I say I know, but you know what I mean by that. I can't imagine how difficult it is. But it's also difficult on Daniela as well. And having been in not your situation, but having been in situations where, we were looking after both my parents when they were going through very significant dementia, and now looking after, Allie's parents still here. Yeah, I know it's difficult, when you're in that care provider position. I can't imagine what you're going through, Daniela, but I know it was difficult for us. So yeah, it's very difficult for Daniela as well, right? But she loves you, and she's basically giving herself up for you, is what she's doing. And to bring that around, because I always do, right? God loves you as much as she loves you, and as much as you love her. It's a fraction, it's a dot, it's a speck of how much God loves you both, and how much God gave up, coming down, dying on a cross, rising again after 3 days. That's how much he loves you. And he hurts for you, just like you guys hurt for each other. He mourns with you guys, just like, you guys mourn for each other. Yeah. Love you guys. Love you, Fraser, very much. God loves you incredibly, substantially more than that. Miss you guys. I look forward to seeing you, and I will post more tomorrow.